Welcome back to Read the Book First. This week we are talking about All Systems Red by Martha Wells, and to help me break down this little novella is Marissa.
Cha-cha-cha! That's me, Marissa.
No, just Marissa.
No, I'm Scandinavian and Irish. I am white.
Yeah.
All Systems Red.
All Systems Red.
Jenessa forgot what we were doing. I watched the light flow out of her eyes. Boy, this is going to be a good one, guys. Buckle up.
So this is a book, obviously we're reading it because of the Murderbot series, which I've yet to start watching. You've started watching it, right?
I've seen the first 5 minutes of episode 1.
More than I have.
And then I was like, my brain isn't ready for this. I need something dumber.
Yeah.
And I moved on to another show.
Yeah. I am very excited to watch this show. I have mixed feelings about the novella.
Okay.
And I think part of that is because this month of June, I've been in a big reading slump.
Mm-hmm.
And reading this book in the middle of that reading slump.
Oh, it's not a Jenessa. It's not like a book that you would naturally gravitate towards. So I understand completely.
Yeah. So I think a lot of my feelings was like, oh, I have this assignment that I gave to myself.
Yeah, Jenessa loves to give herself homework.
I love homework, you know.
Nerd.
And so it was partially that. And then I was just like, oh, and it's sci-fi and it's like hard sci-fi.
It is hard sci-fi.
And I was just like,
there's like a lot of like descriptions of weapons and
mechanics and engineering.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this, and it's not, yeah. So I think I had a hard time reading the book because of those two factors.
That's fair. I actually so I've read the book before, and I lowered my rating on this read. Yeah. It was still good, but I'd given it 5 stars out of 5.
Yeah. When
I first read it, okay. I also think like now I can compare it to the other books in the series that I've read, and it's a setup book.
Yeah.
And it's a setup novella, which is real. It's real dense. There's a lot. It's 100 some
really
odd pages.
Dense novella.
And there's a lot going on.
Yes.
There's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of like descriptions of, but I think it's actually very effective of like presenting the world, which is, there's only 100 pages.
Yeah.
We've read plenty of books that they have like 400 pages, and I'm like, what is happening here? So props to Martha Wells for that.
No, absolutely. And like, even though this book it's not my cup of tea, this is a very well written book, and I can understand why people like you love
Fantasy
this.
BookTube loves the Murderbot Diaries. They love this series, which is how I found it.
Yeah. Again, it's not my cup of tea. I'm a sci-fi person when it comes to more like light sci-fi, like dystopia, speculative, light as in light on the science, not the actual light of
which
theme.
Actually makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
funny, actually. I don't know why, but when we talked about whatever Mickey 17, I think is the book. Is that true?
7.
God freaking dang it. Yeah, when we talked about that, like the worst parts for me were the talking about the physics and stuff, but that doesn't bother me in this book. I don't know why. I think it's just
well done.
Easier. Yeah.
It wasn't well done in Mickey 7. That's why.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sure. Yeah. And I think like if Mickey 7 felt like 2 different books, it felt like the history part and then the sci-fi part, whereas this is like a very combined, like everything ties into each other. It's not just like, look how much I know.
Yeah. No.
Not to hate on that book again, but
hey, if you haven't listened to that episode,
it's hard to not think about it.
it.
Yeah, exactly. When you're reading another sci-fi.
In the last 3 months, you and I have read 3 science fiction books, and they've all been wildly different.
That's true. That's crazy. And ironically, the full-length novel was by far the worst written, the worst one, the worst amount of information, the worst lore, and the 2 novellas, one was 120 pages, one was under 100 pages, were the best.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. That is what good writing is for.
I can't wait to not read a sci-fi book with you.
That's actually so sweet.
Just because I'm like, I've read so much sci-fi this year between my book clubs and this, which is, I am not a sci-fi girly. I'm a sci-fi TV show. Right, I love a Star Trek. Oh, I love Star Trek. but like I do.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Tangent. Which version of Star Trek?
Next gen.
Okay, obviously we're millennials. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back off, everybody.
I really liked. Okay, I've not seen all of Voyager, but we got the DVD from the library, and I watched the first 3 episodes. Really like it. The 4th episode, the DVD is scratched, so we couldn't finish it. So I had to watch it in clips on YouTube on this really annoying, video
I
of it.
Yep.
Yeah. But I do want to get back into Voyager. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy the new movies because of Chris Pine.
That's why.
But like,
I just watched Iron Man, and one of the trailers in front of the TV was for that movie. Only it was a teaser trailer, and so I didn't even get to see Chris Pine. And I said some words out loud.
Yeah. I like the Star Trek movies, the newer ones, because of Chris Pine, and then I like the old Star Trek movies because of the camp and cheesy and nostalgic. Because my dad's a big Trekkie. So.
Right. We would like watch those in class, the original Star Trek.
Probably because
movies.
every library has them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But anyways, so like it's always weird when I read sci-fi that's not like speculative or dystopian, and I'm like almost always put off by it. I'm just like, it's really hard for me to get into it. And I'm like, why? I love watching like actual science fiction TV shows. I don't know. And
because it's a visual. I think it's like seeing, like hearing something just like a physics thing described
is
this. I got a C in physics.
Same.
And I needed it for my degree. C's get degrees sometimes. But yeah, so I think like seeing like a laser beam is easier than like hearing the description of a laser beam being shot. Yeah, I agree completely.
So. But anyways, this book, it's short. It's short and sweet. This book follows our main character, who is nameless and an AI cyborg.
He's a cyborg. So he's half computer, half organic
material,
which is what his organic parts.
So yeah, it's a cyborg, and it was really hard for me.
Or is that an android? I can never remember this. This is another problem with freaking sci-fi.
Cyborg is a human with robotic parts, like in Cinder, the Luna Chronicles.
Okay, yeah. Oh, nice.
Because that's sci-fi.
There you go.
Because it's essentially fantasy.
There you go. Okay.
He's a security unit, or a sec unit, which later on he refers to himself and the others as murderbots. And I keep saying he because Skarsgård is playing him in the movie, and really the sec units are sexless and genderless. So I gotta correct my pronoun there.
Whatever.
Because it uses it, I think, a few times in there.
Yeah. And eventually, they don't refer to themselves as, or all sec units as murderbots. Just that's their name for themselves.
Yeah. It's first-person point of view from the sec unit, our main character, which I really liked.
Yeah.
In like this book,
another first-person limited. Yeah, I kind of love that. It's perfect for a novella. I don't want to know what everybody's thinking.
And I think the strength of what I did like about this novella is it's a character study.
Yeah,
it's just whenever the character study got put to the side for some science talk, I was like, okay, this is get back to the character unit. I want to see this depressed robot.
Yeah,
like get less depressed.
Yeah,
he's very depressed, very socially anxious. Just wants to sit at home and watch TV all day, and boy, is that relatable.
Listen.
Me reading this during a reading slump, being like, why don't I put this book down and watch something else?
That's why partially why this book got so big on fantasy, at least BookTube, so like YouTube that talks about fantasy books mostly. I think because a lot of those people are socially, maybe atypical or neurodivergent in some way, and maybe they just want to stay at home and not talk to people. And I think it's really relatable for a lot of us weirdos out there.
Yeah, no, totally. And that was the best part. Like whenever it was just the
social dynamics.
Yeah, the social dynamics.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Another thing that got to me was like, I really should have listened to this on audiobook because all the names of the humans that our main character is interacting with are just names I have never heard of for the most part. And so my brain really struggled on remembering who was who besides the doctor because it was doctor always. And so in my notes, I wrote doctor. And I was like, I don't know. I could not tell you a single name of a character in this book.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I should have listened to the audiobook while I read it. I would have probably liked it more. But anyways, our sec unit is on a mission. He's assigned to a mission via this company. He works for a company or is he owned by a company?
It's like a corporate, it's like a corporate entity. And basically they're like bond companies. So you can travel outside of your home planet, whatever that is, and go to these planets. And in this case, they're scientists. I'm guessing they're biologists of some sort.
A lot of them are, yeah.
So they're scientists of some sort, and they want to explore this new planet. So they're from another planet. They have to get so the company basically sell adventure tours or whatever. Yeah. But it's like they sell the sec units, they sell the spaceships to get the gear to get there, the living space, whatever that is, and then they do all that stuff. So and there's multiple. We find out there's multiple companies, so it's like, free markets alive or whatever.
Do you love it when space gets really space capitalist?
Oh my god! I mean,
again,
this is a common theme in sci-fi, though.
It really is
space capitalism,
and unfortunately, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But so the sec unit is there to essentially protect this group of people and make sure they stay safe.
Yeah, he's a bodyguard, security, whatever.
And so the sec unit's out with a couple of the scientists to examine the fauna of this planet, and then there's like a huge monstrous eruption.
I always think of it as like a dune worm. That's what my brain always.
I was thinking, wait, this planet in my head. This is just my brain. I think it's a very green planet.
Yeah,
and like very forested.
At some point, they like
describe that.
Yeah,
okay.
they did. Yeah,
I was like, I don't know if I made this.
Yeah, at some point there's a lot of flora and fauna, like a lot of diversity on it.
Yeah, and I definitely thought sandworm.
I did. I was like, obviously that's what this is. It's coming out of the fucking ground. Yeah, and but the surprising part, they weren't expecting it, is because they have mapped this. Like, there's maps of these planets. They can't go to certain areas because there's like, I can't remember the combatants or something like that phrasing, but this part that they're in was not marked as having any scary human eating fauna. Right. So they're like, what the hell is going on? We did not expect this.
And the sec unit saves them, but also gets super injured in the process. Yeah. And that first little chapter, it ends with them getting described of like how the organic parts of him are getting healed, and it was gross. And I am excited to watch the show for that. All of the sciencey stuff in here, I'm like, this will be great.
It'll be so fun to watch. Yeah. The 5 minutes I saw was very fun.
Nice. I'm excited.
Before I realized I was too stupid that day. It happens. It happens.
Yeah. But he recovers and he wakes up, and he has like hacked into the like governing part of his programming.
Right. So all the sec units, when you buy them from the company, they are basically like
cameras.
Yeah, exactly. They're like automatons. So they have to follow orders, and they have to, report back to the company and do all this stuff, and like record the conversations or whatever. And that is controlled by what's called a governor module.
I think module.
Yeah, governor module. But what makes Murderbot is that he has hacked his governor module in order to download soap operas. Again, which is a perfect.
So relatable.
It's so good.
So relatable.
Yeah. And all he wants, that's where it comes in. It's like he literally just did this to be able to download more content, media content, and be able to spend more time watching that content.
And he talks about, he's like, I could go on like a killing spree if I wanted to. I could do like destroy everything, but I'm just using my power I've given myself to veg and watch TV. And I'm like,
good for you.
Yes.
Yeah, good for you.
But as he's waking up from recovering from the gross injuries, they discover.
I think, we can, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think Martha Wells has said.
No.
So.
Yeah. I was just like, it's like a big point that it is the murder bot. This murder bot is at least sexless. And
genderless. And it is specifically mentioned because in this world there are. He has no sex organs. Yeah. He has no, genitalia.
Yeah.
But there are
bots
that do, and they're used for prostitution and stuff like that. Yeah. So gross.
Yeah. Sci-fi. There'll always be robot prostitutes in sci-fi. Anyways, they realize that there's a bunch of missing information about the planet. So what the bot's knowledge of the planet is different and more in depth than the crew's general knowledge of the planet. And so the crew is very suspicious of the bot because he's essentially a walking camera.
Yeah, they don't know his governor module is hacked, basically. So they are just like, this is from this company that's they're a corporate entity. Think about the bullshit corporate entities pull in our world. Same thing.
Yeah. And so they don't trust them. And also, like, the bots have to have permission from the humans to enter, like, the human spaces of these areas. So there's, like, a big divide socially. And then when they discover this information is missing or, like, whether hacked or just not given, they're very suspect of their murderbot.
Well, not murderbot himself, I think, but the company in general, right? Yeah. So it's like, and he's an entity of that. So,
yeah,
which fair.
Yeah,
its perspective is so funny because the whole time, this guy Garathan, it seems like he's like the doctor on board, but you're like he's made out to be like he's very skeptical of murderbot, and you sort of are like, stop being so annoying, Garathan. But then you take a step back and you're like, no, Garathan is right. We should be a little more skeptical. We find out later these biologists they're like kind of from a hippy dippy planet.
Yes.
So that's really leaned into in the show. Yeah. I don't know that I like that part so much, but that's fine.
Yeah. It's interesting because we are seeing everything from the bot's perspective, because they're so socially anxious and depressed. They're like trying to stay away from the humans, but they're also like consciously like watching and being like, oh, these three are in this weird love triangle. Also in this world, polygamy is like, or polyamory is like a normal
they have like
thing.
Multiple marriage partners and they live in communes and stuff. So it's like honestly the worst possible scenario for somebody who is not interested in any like being around people. They are not sexually attracted to people. They worst case scenario. And another thing about them is that they are pacifists and that they believe that
the people, right?
The people, the researchers, the group that he is protecting, believe they basically the only reason they could go to this planet is if they agreed to have a sec unit, but they did not want to have a sec unit because they believe that it is tantamount to slavery.
Yeah, because on their planet, sec units
are full citizens, even though they need
jobs.
Guardian. So okay. Sure.
Yeah, but we don't find that out until the very end. So this whole time, we're just assuming that these humans...
Well, they mention it throughout, that they, that's, it's slavery, and,
well, they have, I guess, conversations within it, but...
Yeah, because they start to realize he's, sentient, right? They understand him to be sentient in some way, which he is.
Yeah, I took them, maybe this is because I wasn't paying as much attention as I probably should have, but I thought it was just them and their personal beliefs versus they come from a community that believes that.
No, what I mean? It's the community though. Yeah.
But as they're trying to,
I mean, all we know is that we don't know about their community because Sec Unit specifically deleted all the informational records about them.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know where they came from. He doesn't know who their political entities are. He's just I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. But as they're trying to figure out the mystery of like the map information, like
Yeah.
the plot.
Why
of this
is
book,
the map missing?
Yeah, the plot is why is this information missing, and also
It's a little Carmen Sandiego.
Like that's essentially
Yeah.
like the little plot. The plot's not really that important.
No, the plot is not important.
Yeah.
The plot of later books are important.
Yes.
But here it's just like, here are these characters. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they go there to see if the nearby exploration camp of a different
Nearby,
company.
meaning they're on a different continent.
Yes. But like,
But
you know,
there's
they have
only
spaceships.
As far as they understand, there's only two. People do it. They do have spaceships.
Yeah.
As far as they understand, it is them and then another research group on this planet. That's
Yeah.
the only two entities on this planet
That they
are
know of.
two research groups.
And whatever
that
monstrous
they're
animal.
aware. And what, like, obviously native flora and fauna, but the, colonizers, there's only two groups. So
Yeah. So they don't get any contact from that other colony, and so they go on a rescue mission. To go rescue it, which I was like,
it's so and it's so just why? Oh well, yeah. I don't know. I think it's just because they're like
it's because of their like
humanitarian morals. Gross. Yeah, like
we're not going to space.
because they're like
because of these.
Well, okay. First of all, we have this weird thing happen, and then Deltfall, who's the other community on this planet, now we can't get a hold of them. When in the past we have been able to. Okay, well, let's go see what's going on there. Yeah. They're just basically trying to figure out what's happening with their maps, and then they can't get in communication with this second.
Yeah. And so they go to check it out, and the sec unit, and throughout this is like about halfway through the book, the sec unit is like slowly becoming more comfortable around them. They're taking off their helmet and like actually like looking at them in the eye when talking, because Dr.
Mensa asked him to. Basically, he has to be like, okay, you need to do this because we're all stuck on this stupid little helicopter together. Yeah.
And so they go, but the sec unit goes in first because it's their job to make sure the humans don't die. And he goes in to the colony there that's set up, the camp, and he finds just dead humans everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
And no sec units, which is they're the same company, so we know that there's at least two sec units,
like two.
Because they give you, it depends on the size of your company.
Yes.
So like this is the one Murderbot. Exactly. The package you buy. Yeah. So the Murderbot company is small, so it's only him, but Deltfall, this other one, is large, so there's multiple sec units.
Yeah. And so
we should mention that I'm not surprised that you missed this part, because I didn't catch it until I read it the second time. There's a throwaway line about he's like recovering from all his injuries from the dune sandworm, and then he's watching his his soaps, his programs, and he says that he received a request to like a file package to download, and he was like, no. And he pushes it to the side. He's like, I'll friggin' do it later. I don't want to do it right now. And that is important. It turns out to be that important later. Because when we get to Deltfall, all of their humans are dead, and then the sec units...
They're like setting up a trap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The sec units have gone rogue, basically.
Yes. Yeah, so there's two sec units, the ones that were originally there, assuming, and setting up a trap, and our sec unit ends up fighting those sec units.
But there's more than that.
More show up during the fight.
So where are these sec units from? There should only be him and these two from Deltfall. Who is this mystery? Yeah. The sec units like get a hold of him and like insert a chip into his... They have a chip port? They have an SD card reader? That seems crazy to me, but okay.
Yeah.
But they do that, and then basically sec unit is like, we got to get the out of here. Get me out of here.
Yeah. And they were able to get that out of him.
Yeah. Or stop it. Yeah. No, he was like, shut me down. And they're like, no, we couldn't. That's rude. And he's like, shut me the fuck down. And then he shuts himself down, basically. Like he shoots himself in the head.
Oh, yeah.
And it shuts him down. And that way he doesn't, doesn't have to kill them because of this override command from the SD card from his digital camera.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the rest. Okay, so then they're like, okay, we need to get out of here, but then they have to get a beacon up. This whole
No,
thing,
no, no. They have
I was like,
this is
too
another
much.
this is another thing. So it's part of the program, right? It's
Yeah.
like a beacon that they send off, and if they send that off, it's an emergency, right? So the
Yeah.
company needs to get there fast
Yeah.
and rescue them. Something has happened. So they get to Doubtfall, and the beacon is broken. And they go back, and they're like, okay, well, we got to get the hell off this island. There was rogue sec units. There's sec units we can't account for. We don't know what's happening. You got to, you know, override ship. Like our murder bot maybe almost murdered us. So they make a plan to get the hell off the island and also figure out what's going on. And so part of that is that they go to their own emergency beacon, and in order to set it off, but they try to set it off manually, and they're like, I feel like we would have heard it. They didn't hear it. They went to it, and it's broken. So something is here sabotaging these two companies. One is already killed, and these guys are like fighting for their lives at this point. Yeah. So that's the beacons.
Okay. Because I was like, I figured it was like a space flare of sorts.
Yeah, probably like a satellite that transmits up, and then it transmits a signal.
One was broken, and then they had to go to the other one, and then it's just sci-fi BS.
Honestly, yeah, it's like it's just another like, oh, there's a mystery. Who is it?
Yeah, and so they like have this grand plan because they have to go to where the rogue murder bots are at to get the other beacon, and this is when we find out that the doctor, what's
Mensa?
Yeah, they're actually like this really important like politician from the planet. And
yeah, she's literally the leader of this. It's called Preservation Alliance. Yeah. This planetary alliance of hippies. I don't know.
So they have. So she's like, you know, we all like everyone has to partake in these kind of things or do their job.
Yeah, but because she's a political entity, that means if she dies, and the rogue people probably don't know this. They don't know who these people are. But if she dies, that means the company will definitely have to, like, they're going to definitely do a thorough investigation and catch whoever is doing this, because they'll have to pay so much money. Yeah. The fine will be worth it to, actually do the investigation.
Yeah. And this is where our murderbot like realizes that the people, like, he's not just with some like capitalist colonizers. Like,
again, he did delete his information packet, and he chose to ask somebody. Yeah.
But it's like and I thought that part again was interesting because it goes from him purposely being apathetic towards everyone and everything to like slowly being accepted by these people and in a weird way.
To like he refers to them as my humans throughout. Like, you're not going to kill my humans.
Yeah. And so this is like when he's like, oh, so I actually want to protect you even more because you are better than the normal folks that I work for.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And I don't think it's ever revealed in this book, but in later books you find, and in the first 5 minutes of the series, they highlight this. You find out that people like fucking torture these sec units because they have to follow orders and they can regenerate. So they, light them on fire, and they like set them to fight one another. And it's like, these are sentient beings. This is like, making humans fight for sport, or, it's like gladiatorial bullshit.
Yeah.
It's really gross.
Yeah.
And I think that's an interesting theme throughout this book starting and then the series is like, what is human? Like, and how can we like justify?
Yeah.
I mean, humans have found plenty of justifications for
lots of
abusing other animals and other humans but yeah, I just think in that way it's very realistic that it's like this is what a very far future could look like, is like taking advantage of sentient beings,
people. Yeah, I think definitely. And like that's the interesting part of this little short book. And it's like that whole idea of like, what is life? What is sentience, how to like what level of sentience do we respect, etc. But then also the character growth that the Murderbot does.
Right.
Like those two big things are so interesting.
He's an individual, right? He likes certain crew members more than others, and he can still
funny.
He's
we haven't
funny.
talked about the humor.
He's so funny. It's so funny.
It's so dry and so funny. And that again, that's what I liked. I liked the Murderbot. I just
he's
didn't
so
like the
sarcastic.
rest.
I'm like relatable.
Yeah.
No, I understand I knew the parts you would like, and I knew the parts you wouldn't like. It's so funny.
Yeah, and then the end they end up going and like tricking the other Murderbots, and
it's like a rogue company, and they found rare or they found like anthropological important sites, which I'm like, is this Earth?
That's what my question was at the end. I was like, are they on Earth?
Yeah. So basically, like they had found rare minerals, but they also had found anthropological importance, like sites of anthropological importance. So what would happen if the company knew that is that world governments would have shut down any mining or any like resource depletion, and then they couldn't make money. Yeah. And then this, whatever, I can't even remember the name of the evil. I think they call them like, oh God, like I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But like they call them like evil something. Like they're like the evil people. It's a bunch of humans, and they make the sec units rogue, and that's who's causing all this.
Yeah. And so
they beat them. I don't know. That's like the ending is like not important.
No, they escape. I mean, it's important that they escape.
The very end is important.
The very end is important. Yeah. Once they get off planet, and the sec unit has
they win or
recovered,
whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. They're I don't know, a different planet, and
they're at the
city.
Company, like the planet that the company is on.
Yeah.
Because the company is like shit.
Yes. And Dr.
Mensa.
Thank you.
Like I think it's like a joke about the Mensa Society, which is like a society that's supposed to be for smart people, but is really just made up of like neckbeard dude bros who think they're smarter than everyone. Highly recommend Jamie Loftus' podcast, My Year in Mensa. It's a short, I think there's like 4 or 5 episodes where she gets into Mensa and realizes that it's full of disgusting neckbeards who think they're better than everyone else.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's a play on that. Yeah. Even though she doesn't think that. No. Dr. Mensa is awesome.
Yeah. But she is like, hey, I can bring you back to our planet. You can be
She buys
free.
out his contract.
Yeah, so
he belongs
free.
To her. Gross.
Yeah.
And that's what it really means. Yeah. Like she's his guardian on their planet because they have citizenship.
A job and do anything you want on the planet. I'm not going to make you do anything. Right? Like very like white saviory moment of look at this, I'm doing great things. I technically still own you. Yeah. And he considers it for a second, but then he ends up running away.
Realizes like I would have to like not be who I am, and like I would always have to be under your guardianship, and that's just not appealing. It's because he's like hacked his governor module. He's a human, really. And what makes this even worse is that there are like humans who have like technology, and then there are augmented humans who have like brain implantations and like
some specials.
Like they have I know, I just listen, the connection was not lost upon me. And then but augmented humans are considered humans, even though they have inorganic parts in them. But these like sec units and whatever else, I think they're like combat units or another one, they are not considered humans. This is the line. Where's the line?
Yeah.
Where's the line? Yeah.
And I will say this book, like, it did make me interested in this world, but I don't think I'll continue reading.
That's fair.
Except for maybe unless we want to do it for the podcast in the future. You have to let us know, listeners.
Yeah, listeners.
Yeah, listeners.
Get on it.
I mean, I do know the next couple books are also novellas, and it's
almost all of them
until
are.
like 4 or 5 is not an actual novel.
Yeah, it's like 200-ish pages.
But it's not like an actual huge.
It's not a like sci-fi tome. We're not going like Adrian Tchaikovsky here. Yeah.
Ugh, never. So like I'm not disinterested. I am very excited for the show, but before we get to like what we want to see, the only fun facts I have, which are pretty cool, this book has won the Hugo Awards, the Locus Awards, the Nebula Awards, and the Alex Awards in 2018.
Of course, we do not support the Hugos. Talking about neckbeards.
Right.
Good Lord. Look up the history of the Hugo Awards. Taken over by white supremacists at one point. Anyways. But it's still like
it's very
one
acclaimed.
of the highest. Yeah. There are good. Anyways, I won't get into the Hugo Awards and how N.K. Jemisin made a whole generation of white boys angry.
Yep.
However, I do recommend you go Google it, good listener. Yeah.
I am excited for the show because obviously we love a Skarsgård.
Oh,
like
we love a Skarsgård in this household.
Yes. But I'm excited to see how they do the planet itself because with sci-fi TV shows, the CGI is either wonderful or the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Right? There's no middle ground.
And I don't know anything about their filming. Like, did they just go...
Did they just
go
a
to
random place?
Yeah.
Like all of Star Wars, right? Where they just went to that desert.
Dune would be another good example where they filmed on location.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that would be amazing if they would film on location. I really alley-ooped that one for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Film on location. Don't try to like CGI a planet. It looks so bad always.
Yeah. Yes.
There's no dimensionality. Oh god.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
So I'm curious because it is Apple TV, so they got a budget.
Yeah.
Apple TV,
which is weird because nobody wants to watch Apple TV, but they have good shows.
They have great shows.
They have great shows.
Yeah.
So get rid of the
Prime.
Get rid. Oh, Prime. Yuck. Jeff Bezos can suck it.
Yes.
Yeah. Get rid of that and get Apple TV. Apple, a much better corporation.
But their production value in general for TV shows is very high. So I am excited for that. I think I'm just excited to see Skarsgård.
Alexander Skarsgård basically fought for this show to happen.
Yeah.
And it reminds me a lot of like Henry Cavill in The Witcher. Like he also fought really hard to have this show be a thing. And I trust him. I trust Eric from True Blood, of course. Why wouldn't you? Gorgeous. But yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah. So we'll
maybe shrink down the cast just a little bit.
Yeah.
How many episodes is it? 10?
I don't know because that's the thing.
It's still coming out right now. It is coming out sequentially.
Murderbot TV show episodes. Episode total.
And I do think this is a show that benefits from a shorter season.
Yes, 10 episodes.
10 eps. Good.
Yeah, in the first season.
Yeah, like this makes sense. Okay, this is me ranting about fantasy television. It makes sense for this small novella to be made into 10 episodes. Maybe some of the episodes will be unnecessary, maybe an 8-episode season would have been better.
I think this could do 8.
But doing something like The Wheel of Time and epic fantasy and trying to combine multiple books into 8 episodes, stop it. Stop. You can make 25 episode seasons.
Yes.
We will watch it.
Yes. Yes.
Bring back 20. I don't just want like shows like freaking NCIS and Hawaii Five-0. Sorry, I'm thinking about shows my parents make me watch when I go home. To have 25 episodes. Good TV can have 25 episodes per season. Things like The West Wing and ER, they were prestige TV and they had that. Why?
Prestige TV needs to come back. It's just...
enough with the short... It's like, well, it works for British serials. I'm like, yes! Those are a different format! Also, and Doctor Who seasons are long!
Yes.
Anyways, this is my rant because it pisses me off when they don't have the appropriate number of episodes. But I think this probably is inappropriate in a different way where it's too many episodes.
Because this book...
That's 10 pages.
This book exactly has 7 chapters?
Yeah. Yes.
7 chapters. And so, I mean,
why didn't they do 7 episodes and just do a chapter?
The first episode is like a double episode.
What?
Like they released 2
episodes
that first.
Right.
So like it's
hey, you want to watch this?
It's kind of like 9 episodes and the first one being really long.
Yeah, gotcha.
So maybe the last one's also kind of like part 1, part 2. So then if you think about it that way, I don't know. I'm just trying to be hopeful. It makes sense in my brain.
This is Jenessa math and I cannot compute.
Jenessa math makes so much sense. Don't worry about it.
Listen, I'm not good at math, but...
No, you're not as bad as me.
That's what I'm saying, yes. I didn't want to say it out loud, but you did, so
right.
I accept your words, yes.
But I'm excited for the show. We'll be interested how we can put a whole season into an episode. We're going to give it our best shot. Might have to split it into 2.
We do with True Blood.
That's true. I forgot about True Blood. I forget about True Blood a lot.
But I'm guessing there will be a lot of like plot similarities. Yeah. So we can that's what we did with True Blood. There's a lot. We're like, it's the same damn plot, but it's better because of X, Y, Z. Right? So we'll do that. That's what you guys are in for. Us ranting about TV. No problem there. It's what I spend most of my time doing.
Cut to the bits I've cut out of us talking about Love Island before we started talking about Murderbot. Because I recorded some of it when I was fixing levels. But anyways, any last thoughts on All Systems Red? Question. Actually, I have a question. Take that back.
Okay.
The title. What's the title have to do with anything?
I don't know.
It's just...
I think, like, when something goes into the red, it's bad.
Yeah. Like everything's bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that phrase even mentioned in the book?
I didn't
I think it's just like everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
That's fair.
What's the next one?
It's different. Like the whole vibe of the title is totally different.
Yeah. Hold on one sec.
I just looked at it.
Artificial condition. Boom. Boom. Did it. Artificial
the titles.
Condition. I don't actually remember the plot, but I gave this one 4 stars when I read it in 2022.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
The third one I gave 5 stars, and then the fourth one I also gave 5 stars. So.
Hey. I think I gave
those ratings stick?
I think I gave this...
I don't know.
3.5 on Storygraph and then 3 on Goodreads.
Let me do some investigative journalism. Yeah, I gave it... fucking Goodreads. Ugh.
I know.
Yeah, you gave it 3.5 on...
Yeah, I gave it 3.5. Okay, I think that's fair for my...
Yeah, I read this physically the first time I read it, and that's my preferred. Mm-hmm. But I did listen to the audiobook this time, and I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would have probably liked it more with audio.
Yeah. Also, like, the timing was
rough.
Not
great.
Yeah.
It was, like,
it was rough for you to get another hard sci-fi.
Yeah.
Just, like, read some, like, princess books.
I read 100 pages of a romance yesterday. We're kicking it back.
We're kicking it back old school.
So I have to reboot. Thank you, listeners, for listening to the podcast, and I'm excited to see that. I'm excited for the show.
Me too.
Excited. It'll be good.
I'll be smart eventually.
Oh yeah, to watch it.
Yeah, I'm smart enough to watch it.
Yeah, you only have a PhD or something.
Yeah, that's why I'm dumb. I used up all of my brains.
That's fair. Very fair.
There's none. It's just rocks and marbles up there, and my dissertation. It's a lot of like paper flapping.
Make sure you are following us on Instagram at Read the Book First Podcast. Make sure if you want, you can support us on Patreon. You
better believe when I get a job, I'm going to listen. I'm very poor right now. As soon as I get a job, I'm going to be paying that $3, $5,
$3 or $6.
Oh, I'm going to you know what? I'm going to do top tier 6 because I want to see reading vlogs and I want to see behind the scenes stuff.
And you can get bookmarks.
And
did I show you the bookmark I made?
No, you made a new bookmark?
Yeah, I haven't printed it yet.
Wow. And I want to make get bookmarks. And what are some other well, you know.
I
know. You guys, you want this bookmark, okay?
Yeah, just you wait until I post it. But I also think I think next week I think on the Patreon next time we record.
Yeah.
When I prep it, we're going to do a game where we blind rank Skarsgårds from media.
Oh, like characters? Oh, amazing.
Yes.
This is the kind of good content. For $6 a month?
Yeah.
What do they always say? Like, well, it's the cost of a cup of coffee a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Patreon will be linked below. Follow us on Instagram. Like and subscribe at your favorite podcast platform. And remember,
read the book first.